Thank you very much for joining me. How you been? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Back. Steve Renazizi. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. Steve Renazizi. Lit. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. Steve Renazizi. What's the odds? What's the odds? What's the odds? What's the odds?
Woo! Yeah, it's your boy Steve Renazizi was What's the Odds? Brenton, Lucas, we are here together via the internet. Boys, I saw a picture of you yesterday inside of Disneyland. I guess I assume obviously celebrating Pride Month. I'm sure they're allowed to there. It's very open, not like Florida. And I saw a picture. You guys looked happy. How was your trip? What were you celebrating? Why did you go? And then I've got to tell you guys something that I heard about Disneyland.
We hadn't seen each other since I went to Italy, and we wanted to just enjoy this Pride Month together as friends, and just be supportive and be allies and get some cookies.
So basically, what you're saying is Cassie gets a trip to Italy, fucking first class the whole way, and Lucas gets a ride around It's a Small World after all.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I got to keep everybody happy, and everybody has their own hobbies and interests and desires, and I try my best to make.
You're like the Josh Allen of these relationships. You're trying to keep everybody happy, and some people are happy and some people aren't happy. We'll get to that in a minute, but let me tell you guys something. I saw an article today that a human head was found at Disneyland 2 days ago. What do you guys? Do you have anything to comment on that? Did you see the human head? Was there any news going about?
Okay, so you're telling me this for the first time. I was unaware, and I have a very good alibi. And also, whatever the details are of this, they cleaned it up pretty good because no one there yesterday was talking about a head.
Okay. How?
Lucas, do you have the article? What are the details?
Yeah.
They found a head on Splash Mountain. Was it like
a head,
like a fresh head, or was it like
those
a
are
skeleton?
the details, dude? The details are they found a human head on Splash Mountain on the ride.
How long had this head been detached?
It's not a human head though. It's
what?
Yeah, no.
Steve, you're spreading fake news.
It's like an Easter egg. It looks like yeah, it's called a head mold.
A head mold.
Yeah. It's been resting above guests in Briar's Fox's lair for around a year before being noticed.
So someone just tossed a fake someone tossed a fake head on the ride and no one saw it?
No one's ever died at Disneyland.
That's what I wanted to say. I'm like, I know that's never happened, but I mean, apparently there are headless humans walking around. That sucks. I really thought it was going to be fucking a human head.
Yeah, there probably are heads there somewhere, but you got to go underground.
That's less exciting than I thought it was going to be.
Don't try to destroy my magical place.
Well, I'm glad you boys had fun.
They closed early too because it was Pride Night, and we had no idea.
We didn't have special Pride tickets, Steve. You got to get special Pride tickets.
When you boys were driving in, you didn't notice that everyone in the parking lot looked like the two of you?
No.
Okay.
It's another day in Anaheim.
Were you walking around shirtless, fellas?
I mean, is that
suns out, guns out?
Is that allowed at Disney? I don't know if you're allowed to.
I'm sure you're allowed to walk around. I'm sure people have taken their shirts off at Disney before. I'm sure of it. I mean, maybe they'll ask you to put it back on, but I'm sure you can walk around without your shirt for a little bit. Maybe, right? I don't know. I've never seen.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They're pretty strict about everything.
No shoes, no service. Who knows? Well, we got a couple places we can get to. We can start with the merger of the Liv PGA.
Yeah, I wanted to hear your thoughts on that, and how pissed would you be if you were a player who stayed loyal to the PGA?
Well, we can. Yes. Okay. So I guess we'll start there. I really wanted to start with the soap opera that is the Buffalo Bills, but whatever. We can start with the Liv merger, which came as a complete shock about 10 days ago to me. I was actually on a golf outing with my friends, and just it popped up on that. Was it Monday or whatever that the merger had occurred? They had just announced it on CBS Money or whatever, and I mean, look, that was the craziest thing. That would be like if you told me. I mean, obviously R.I.P., but this is before like Ike and Tina Turner got back together. They settled their differences. It's like it looked like this was unmanageable. Like I would be less shocked if they told me like Donald Trump is like completely exonerated of all charges. The Democrats are cool with him, and he's going to be their nominee, and just let him run. Best man wins. Like that I would be less shocked if that happened. It came as a complete surprise to everyone, to the Live guys, to the PGA Tour guys. And, the more I've read about it, it basically was a situation where you had two entities with a lot of money, but one really has, infinite amounts of money, infinite amounts of money. And so when the threat of it's nuclear war, where it's like, we're going to keep each other in court, and the only people that are going to benefit from this are going to be lawyers. And that's it. And you get to a situation where, it's not the PGA negotiating directly with the Live guys. It basically was this guy, Jimmy Dunn, who's a New York legend. He started a hedge fund, like just blue collar working guy from, I think, Long Island, and started a hedge fund, became pretty successful. And then on 9/11, he basically lost his best friend who he started it with. And then like 3/4 of his company because they all died in the towers. So after that, he rebuilt the business, kind of, rebranded it and built it up to just a gigantic end. Like, that movie, the TV show Billions? It's loosely based on this guy.
Okay.
This guy is like kind of like the character that it's loosely based on. So he just is a tremendous sport. He happens to also be a humongous golf nut. So like he's a member at Shinnecock out east. He's a member at Augusta. He's a member anywhere that you want to be a member. This guy's a member. And this January, he got put on the PGA board of commissioners, like, the advisory board, the people that you bounce ideas off of. And essentially what happened was he was really the point person that went, hearing what he heard and knowing what he knows about. This is two people that are going to spend, or two corporations that are going to spend years and years in fucking court suing each other, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars wasted. And you're going to have a sport that's fractured and splintered. Or this guy that knows deal making can go talk to the guy over there that knows deal making and see if they can put anything together. And I guess about in December or something like that, they had initial talks. Jimmy Dunn flew out to London, met one of the head guys of the PIF, the investment fund, whatever, the Saudi investment fund. And they just said, look, this is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And then they brought it to their own people, and they thought it was enough to everybody else meet. And then they met a couple times, and they came up with a framework. Now, the framework is like, these two things are not going to, they put down their guns and they're not going to sue each other. But that's about it. Who runs what? Who's in what? Who's playing for what? Who gets paid what? Who's in charge of what? That all has not really been laid out. Basically, they've been like, the PGA Tour is going to be in charge, and any money that's needed will come from this Saudi-backed fund. So everyone's getting a little bit of what they want, all right? The PGA knows they can't really fuck with the money and the money they're going to get and the persons they're going to be able to give. And the Saudis are getting exactly what we've known they've always wanted, a little bit of sports washing, with one of the biggest, cleanest, biggest brands in America. It's not football, but it's golf, where you have corporate white America, and that's what their baby is. So everyone's going to get, now how it's going to work, who's going to get paid. To go back to your original question, yeah, if I was a fucking player on the that didn't take money, if I'm Rory McIlroy or Will Zalatoris, or he was offered $100 million, and now they're all going to be just brought back into the fold. I mean, look, is it going to be a thing where there's going to be penalties taken from the guys that took money? How do you get that money? Who are you going to give it to? It's a fucking clusterfuck. It really is. So it's not all worked out. Plus, you got the government now looking to pick this thing apart. Elizabeth Warren and all those people are like, hey, this is antitrust, the whole thing. So you are far from out of the woods. But the only good news is that there's a bit of a peace. No one is suing anyone, and the money's not being spent anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, and everyone's sort of, I mean, it's great for the Liv players. They didn't have to answer questions this week. They didn't have, every fucking major they go to, that they have to answer questions about, and how do you feel and how awkward is it and blah, blah, blah. And it's, for the PGA guys, they don't really have to deal with it either. They just kind of, they kind of concentrate on what they want to do. Now, the PGA commissioner, Jay Monahan, apparently now he is ill, so he's taken leave of absence. So I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but he's not answering questions. He's not around. So it's on hold for right now, but everyone's going to play it out as it is right now for the rest of the year. But things are going to get interesting as the summer goes along. But really, that's what it was. We can't fight anymore. We both are going to kill each other. And so we're going to start to have some sort of peace negotiation. And everyone's pissed, The 9/11 victims people are pissed. And, they're going to the PGA saying you guys are fucking hypocrites. Jimmy Dunn comes out in front of that and says, the people that I've talked to are good people. I know they had nothing to do with 9/11. And he's gone as far to say, if they did, I would have killed them myself with my own hands. If I thought they did, I would have killed them. So, look, I that guy is successful and, probably in the Illuminati. But, maybe he's a business guy too. Maybe he's been brainwashed. I'm not sure, but he really doesn't have, he's part of the deal that brokered it. So he might be biased, but that's the way it is for right now. And I'm happy because it's, not that I'm like happy. I don't give a fuck either way, but at least I don't want golf to turn into boxing. I really don't. I never did. You don't want a sport where it's like you got 15 different entities and who's the best and who plays on this tour and who's the, you'll never be able to suss it out that way. So, at least, as far as this is concerned, they have a framework and they're going to let it rest for a little bit. They're letting the eyes on the major. That's the U.S. Open this week, which is an L.A. country club right by you, Brenton, and you, Lucas. Which, look, I've been watching this thing for yesterday and today. I'm watching it right now. It's great. I love the broadcast. Like, you used to have to watch. You get like 3 hours before there was like cable. Now you get like from the moment the first shots hit to I'm up till 11 o'clock watching. So, but LA, it's like the sun. It just came out for the first time in like a couple hours ago, and the sound is terrible. They got all these fucking helicopters over. This is the coverage is bad. If you're listening right now, the audio is bad. It sounds like it's muted. It's terrible.
That's
I don't know
what
what's
LA
going on.
sounds like. It's
sucks.
Just helicopters ahead. Well, speaking of LA sucks, how are you breathing out there? How's the air?
Oh, it was fine. It was for a day, dude. I got LA lung. Everyone's coming around here like, oh my God, we're on fire. What's this doing to my kids? I go, we breathe this every day in LA. We had 6 weeks of this. Remember in 2020?
Yeah.
We had 6 weeks of fucking black lung Beijing. So I was like, it was like a day and a half. That was it. It was fine. Everybody freaked out, and it did look pretty apocalyptic. Like New York City looked like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, everybody lost their minds here. But the weather, other than that's been awesome. And who gives a shit? A little bit of smoke. Oh, and I'm fucking losing my ass this weekend in fantasy. Fucking Brenton with these double ups. Double up. Do a double up. Do it. I'm throwing my hat in the ring for $25 for 300 million, and that's it from now on. I am shitting the bed, dude. You want to see this? This is embarrassing. This is fucking ready for this. I went in three. 3
Are you in
double
dead
ups.
last place and everything?
Okay.
There's no we.
We are I 334th out of 340.
Okay.
Okay.
341 out of 344. 677 out of 680.
Okay, so what went wrong for you? Let's start there.
Well, here's the deal. Either things have gone really wrong. Oh, motherfucking cunt. Either things have gone really wrong for me as just this weekend, or things have gone really right for other people. Because look, I have one guy for sure that's going to miss the cut. I could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other guys make the cut and have monster weekends and turn this fucking thing around.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in double ups before that I've won, that I've had one guy miss the cut and I've still made money. So I'm not out of it. I've just the guys that I have played. Look, you make the cut at the fucking US Open, you played pretty well. So, but then again, it's still fucking early here. Like Adam Scott's still out there, but he's +1 through 7. He's +4 overall. The cut probably is going to be +2. I need him to get under. I need fucking Tommy Fleetwood to get under. So, yeah, I have one guy for sure that's out, but I could have 3. So that's it. I didn't have a great weekend.
Question
It
though.
was my, yeah, go ahead.
I feel like Brent would tell you this too. If you aren't gonna get first in daily fantasy, like you should have kind of lineup that gets dead last, right, Biddlecombe?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're either gonna
it's all
finish
or
on one of the
nothing.
extremes. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
All or nothing.
you don't want to finish in the extremes when it's a double up. You want to finish in the middle when it's a double up. That's good to
Yeah.
finish in the middle. But if you're doing the millie, you want to finish first or last. You don't want to be in the middle.
No, I want it all or I want nothing. But yes, in this situation, I got to turn this thing around, and it could still happen.
It can still
We got
happen.
plenty of golf to play today.
Have
Plenty
some
of golf
faith.
left to play today. Yeah, the US Open again. I put a lot of in my own like leagues that I'm in. I put a lot of. I liked Max Homa a lot this week. I liked Brooks Koepka a lot this week. I liked Dustin Johnson a lot, who's playing well. Dustin Johnson was fucking -8 or -6 and had put up a quad bogey. That's 8 on a par 4. Got back down to -2 and then got 4 birdies on the back 9 and got it all back. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of shit I want to see all weekend long. But have you ever been to LA Country Club?
I haven't
It's real
been to
hoity-toity.
LA putt-putt.
LA Country Club's like you can't wear shorts. No one. Not even kids. Anyone over the age of 7 has to wear pants. No cell phones on the course except our fucking boy Court McCowan, who was there on yesterday. Next thing I know, he's snapping pictures with Ricky Fowler, who had the fucking round of a lifetime, -8 yesterday. I'm like, I thought there was no cell phones on the course. He goes like, he's like, I'm special. I'm like, special ed. Special ed. So we'll see what happens, but it's nice. It's not a typical US Open. They are beating this course up with the marine layer that seems to be staying over LA till like the late afternoon. The course is kind of gettable in the morning, and that's when most people, morning and early afternoon. So these guys are getting a soft, nice conditions. The fairways are much wider than they normally are, and the rough isn't as bad in the fairways, so people are bombing it out there. And the rough around the green's tough. The rough around the bunkers is real fescue-y and snappy and stuff. So if you keep it out of that, you'll be all right. And that's what Ricky Fowler and Xander Schauffele, a couple of guys, have been able to do. So it looks pretty cool. Let's talk about football because look, it's I don't know what's going on with these mini camps. By the way, speaking of mini camps, Jackson has fucking mini camps. Mini camps for football at the end of the school year. Fucking mini camps.
And he's only 11?
You mean the end of the summer?
No, my older son, yeah, for he's going to 9th grade, so he's JV football and varsity has mini camps. but not even in the summer. They started like this week at the end of like our last
Oh,
weeks of school. Yeah. Fucking nuts.
I see.
So he basically
Wow.
doesn't get a summer vacation. He gets to play football.
Yeah, exactly. Some of them
Fuck
are
that.
weightlifting and some of them are mini camps. But anyway, let's talk about the Bills mini camp because what happened the first day? Why are we waiting till mini camp? There's no contract. What is happening here? What's going on with Josh Allen and uh Stephon Diggs? Explain this to me. Break it down. And is it resolved?
It's resolved. There's no issue.
What do you fucking what's that coach's name? Your coach's name that looks like Bill
McDermott.
Burr? Yeah. What are you, McDermott?
Yeah, it's resolved. There was no issue. He's there. He's reported. They're practicing. Everything is well.
Yeah, I know all that, but why wasn't he there the first day? That's what I'm
Because
asking.
he's Stephon Diggs. And as Court would
What does
say,
that mean?
he's special.
What is that? Okay, but obviously it's not just him because Josh Allen like went like, oh, there, maybe it's partly me and I got to do a better job or whatever. Like what's
It's
going on?
probably some carryover from last year and losing the way they did in the postseason. He's not happy about losing like that. He's obviously he got paid. This isn't a contract thing. It's not about the money. He wants to win and he's frustrated about not winning. Now, is this the way to go about it? No, but he's a drama queen. This is what he does. Yeah, I would say if I want to win, I would be at camp early and doing
What
the
is he?
voluntary
Did he
stuff.
just sign a contract at the end of
Last
last year?
Yeah.
last year, signed a huge extension, got paid. He's all set for the rest of his career. So
And he wants more.
he doesn't want more. This isn't about money. I don't know if anyone really knows what this is about. But he's there. He's practicing. It's all good as far as I know. I think they did cancel the practice. Didn't you say that?
Yeah, they
Lucas?
canceled practice yesterday.
So we're panicking, and it's a fire that probably won't be put out, and we're looking forward to going 6-11.
Why do they cancel practice?
Because
Again, nobody knows.
Stephon Diggs
Nobody
is
knows
special,
nothing.
Steve. That's why.
Guys, what the fuck, dude?
I don't know.
Hey, yeah.
Honestly, like we should be a little concerned about the Stephon Diggs stuff, and they need to get it resolved. But the bigger issue is we still don't have a defensive coordinator.
What?
We don't have a defensive coordinator, Steve.
You guys
So-
didn't
The head
hire a
coach is
defensive coordinator?
No, the head coach is calling the defensive calls this year.
The whole year?
Yeah.
Or
That's not a good
until-
idea.
Yeah, until they're giving up 40 points a game and he gets fired halfway through. So there are bigger issues
Oh,
in Buffalo
boy.
than Stephon Diggs.
Could this Stephon Diggs thing be there's really nowhere to trade him to try to get the DeAndre Hopkins? Like, is this
Well, DeAndre
is
Hopkins
DeAndre
is a
Hopkins?
free agent. You can't trade to no one.
That's
they'd
what I'm
have
saying.
to
I
take-
got questions about
you could
that
cut
too.
Diggs if you sign Hopkins, but you can't trade.
So you really think this is a one-way street between Stephon Diggs? This is like all Stephon Diggs. This is not the organization or anyone.
I have no
or
idea. I
anything?
don't want to speculate into that, but the organization, as far as I know, they gave him everything he wanted last offseason. The only thing they haven't done is they haven't been able to advance to the Super Bowl. But I would think if I'm Diggs, you'd be showing up and you'd be working harder and you'd be pushing guys, not crying about it and not showing up and causing
I think
this
he wants
rift.
more. I think he's like the Aaron Rodgers, where he wants more say in the offense, or more.
Well, what's he gonna say? Throw me the ball more? The guy's like the most targeted receiver in football.
I don't know.
But
maybe according to him, he doesn't feel like he's targeted enough.
They'll figure it out one way or the other, and they're still going to play, and they're still going to be a good football team, and hopefully they can get DeAndre Hopkins, because if they do, then Diggs can do whatever he wants.
It's looking like Hopkins will probably go to the Patriots, right?
No.
You
Well,
still think they're using that as negotiating?
Steve, where do you think he's going?
I don't know, but the Patriots doesn't make sense to me, and this is why. Didn't Bill O'Brien run him out of town, trade him away, and piss off everyone in Houston
for a second round pick and
a
running
he's
back?
the offensive coordinator.
That
Right.
and he's
And
not going to
everyone's
want
talking
to
about
catch
reuniting
passes
with
from
him.
Mac Jones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they didn't get along,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
He visited the Patriots and he visited the Titans this week, but that's probably just to get the other teams that he's actually interested in to up their money. That's all that. It's a leverage play. He's not going to either one of those places because he wants to play with a great quarterback. He listed 6 guys, and Mac Jones was not on that list. So it was just a ploy, and he will likely go to Kansas City. He could potentially still go to Buffalo. And there's a few other places, the Chargers possibly. I mean, Denver could pony up some money and they could bring him in, and that would be lethal. But ultimately, he's probably going to end up in Kansas City.
I think he's kind of hanging around, waiting to see. I mean, there's no rush. I
Yeah.
mean, look, camp's open, and then all of a sudden, God forbid, somebody gets hurt.
Mhm.
A receiver gets hurt, and now you're like, oh shit, we had everyone we needed, and now all of a sudden we need another receiver.
Well,
And here comes DeAndre
The
Hopkins.
Giants need to make a massive play for him.
I don't understand why I'm not hearing their name more and more and more all the time around it. I don't understand it. Maybe it's another thing where you're saying like a play where they're waiting and they're biding their time and seeing if who's gonna break first. But we need that. Like, it's an
Oh,
obvious answer. It's a lot of money to give up, but
let's
I don't know what
segue
he's.
for a minute because you're trying to twist the knife on us with Diggs. Doesn't seem like
Oh, I know.
Barkley is going to
I
sign
know.
his. You don't have a running back.
Look, if he doesn't sign, he doesn't play, right?
Yeah, and Josh Jacobs is doing the same thing.
So
So you might get
uh,
Zeke.
it's I understand he's a very, very valuable, unbelievable player. He will end up signing. They will end up coming together. They'll get either they'll come to a terms on a 2-year deal for more money than they should be paying, or a 3-year deal for less money than he wants, or they'll get enough negotiations going that he'll sign the thing, and then they'll go through the year and figure out a long term. But I don't know. Again, it's like this is all drama. That I understand why Saquon's doing it. That makes sense to me. The whole Stephon Diggs thing, I was like, what is this about? Like, is
Yeah,
this
I don't
left
really
over
know what
from
it's
last
about.
year?
It's left over from last year.
But how do you not clean that shit up before now?
I don't know.
Right?
This is. I mean, I hate to say it, but this is what organizations who don't win Super Bowls do. They don't have this shit figured out in advance, and we keep getting in our own way.
Yeah. I know there's a lot to do in the offseason, but figuring out why your wide receiver might not show up to minicamp should be pretty high on the fucking list, you know?
Yeah.
So we'll see. The Giants are, their minicamp looked fine. Obviously, everyone was asking. Everyone's so excited. Oh, Slayton's back. I'm like, fucking great. I like,
He's a good
you know,
player. Don't shit on Slayton.
I like Darius, but it's like
He's
he's
had some
not
bad
what.
injury luck, but he's a talented
Yes,
receiver. He's not a number
I
one.
get.
You guys still need a number one, but
No,
he's a great compliment.
yes, but like this is not making me hard. I want to get hard. Okay, we have a tough schedule coming up.
Hmm.
We got real tough fucking teams.
Yeah, you got to play
We
that
need
lethal NFC.
we need people to throw the fucking ball. What? You go play Philly
There's
fucking
one
twice.
team in the NFC. We got to play the Dolphins twice. We got to play the Jets twice. And we
Oh,
got to
the
play in the
Dolphins.
AFC.
How long before the Dolphins are 2-6? Okay,
The Dolphins
eight
might win that
games.
division, Steve. The Dolphins are a good football team. Don't come on me. The
They
Dolphins are legitimately a good football team.
they trip over themselves every year. I'd be afraid if the fucking Patriots got DeAndre Hopkins if I were you guys. But I
Come
mean,
on. You got the
It doesn't
teams
make sense
wrong.
to me.
The Patriots are not a good football team. The Jets are a very solid football team. The Dolphins are a very good football team.
Yeah, thank God the Dolphins have Tua. If they
Yeah,
had somebody better than Tua,
I
I'd be
mean,
really
that's the
worried.
big hurdle. But they went and signed Mike White, and look what the third string quarterback did against Buffalo in the playoffs last year. Like that offense is lethal. That defense is going to be healthy. They're going to be very, very good. And Mike McDaniel's a great coach. So I wouldn't sleep on the Dolphins.
I like Mike McDaniel. They were asking him about who they asking about? Who came to visit? Was it DeAndre Hopkins came to visit? He's like, I'm not a travel agent. Did you see that quote that he made? He was like, "Was I born yesterday?" or something like that. Oh no. Belichick was asked about DeAndre Hopkins visiting the fucking Patriots, and he's like, typically he's like, I don't know about anyone's travels. I'm not a travel agent. Just like, thanks, dude. Fucking Belichick. What else, guys? What else is interesting?
The Lions have been asked to do Hard Knocks a second season in a row because
What?
all the bottom feeder teams are giving pushback and saying we don't want to do it.
What do you
So
mean they don't want to do it? I
they
thought it
don't
was
want
they
to
had it
do it.
narrowed down.
I
They
know
had it
it's
narrowed.
supposed to be you don't have a
It's got
first
to be
year
the
coach, you
Jets.
finished in the bottom five, and it should be the
Why
Jets.
not the Jets? It's poised for the Jets. What are the
Yeah.
Jets? Are the Jets this powerful that they can say we don't want to do it?
Apparently, everyone who is on the list of the teams that are supposed to be the ones chosen from are pushing back, and so the NFL Films has reached out to Detroit and said, "Hey, everyone loved you. Do you want to do it again?" And I guess Detroit can say yes or no, and if they say yes, then that's what it is.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is.
the only reason they're doing that is because Detroit was good. It was like people liked it, and they had a good season. So, but it's going back to the same thing is kind of dumb.
Yeah, and Jamal Williams is gone. So he was a big part of the enjoyment of watching that team was
Yeah.
him being a leader, and he's in New Orleans. So it should be the Jets. Aaron Rodgers,
Homeboy suspended.
possibly last season.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
dumb. They
I want
shouldn't
to
have a
see.
Jets.
I want to
Is
see what
that where did
Robert
you hear
Sala's
that?
like. Schefter or one of those guys. Either Schefter retweeted or he put it out himself yesterday.
How did they not know that? Isn't camp in a month?
Yeah.
Pre-production, dude. That's lazy. Yeah, I would like to see. I mean, look, do they have any changes on the coaching side? Did they make any changes?
The Jets, no.
Aaron Glenn's gone.
No, I'm talking.
The Lions, no.
Yeah,
Aaron Glenn's gone, right?
the defensive coordinator, right?
Yeah. Oh, never mind. No, he's still the coordinator for the Lions. Yeah, it sounds like
Oh,
a
you know what
good.
you're thinking of? You're thinking of
Uh,
the Cardinals that were the mid-season,
Mm-hmm.
and they got rid of their defensive coordinator, but then he got the defensive coordinator job. Yeah, he went Leslie Frazier, right?
That's
He
right.
went
Yeah.
back to Denver, where he got fired as the head coach.
Right.
Um,
No, but
so
if HBO,
yeah, I don't
of
know.
course they're going to do Hard Knocks, but Amazon will probably do a mid-season show with another team too, right? Like I can't imagine who's going to want to do that, right?
I don't know how they pick that.
I don't either. Like they seem to
Yeah.
pick better teams for that than they do for Hard Knocks.
Well, not last year.
With the Cardinals?
Which, I
Did
mean,
you see Netflix has this show about QBs where they fall around
Yeah.
Mariota,
Yeah.
two other guys.
Mahomes.
I don't remember. Mahomes and someone else. For the year, I don't know, the whole year.
Mhm.
I don't know what they did it for, but yeah,
And Kirk
that comes
Cousins.
out in July too. Kirk Cousins
Yeah.
haven't watched it yet. Is it good?
comes out in January or July. I mean,
Okay.
hmm
like
We
right
just
around the hard run. That's
we
like
just
they're like
watched
hard knocks.
Jury Duty. which was pretty enjoyable.
Oh, really? What is that on?
Amazon Prime.
It's a real reality show, right?
So the gentleman, Ronald, they like put out this thing, hey, we're going to make this documentary about being a juror and their life during the trial. And they had however many hundreds of people submit, and they selected him. So he went into this selection process and then an actual court case thinking that it was real, when in fact he was the only person who thought that. And literally everyone else, from the judge to the bailiff to every other juror person that walked in, defendant, they were all actors, and they were all scripted to a point on how to interact with him. They would manipulate even like the chair that he would sit in, because they would fill it with extras. And he's the only guy who didn't know about it until the very, very end.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty trippy.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, there's no one that you know in it, then, right? Like no famous people.
Kirk Fox is in it. And so we finished the series, and we're listening to the first episode with the commentary, and they were saying, yeah, so at the start of the show, when they were doing all the juror selection stuff, like they first of all they figured out that this guy was a huge Parks and Rec fan, and how did he not recognize Sewage Joe? So what they did was they like had him have this really big dirty beard, and they just kept him as far away from him as possible. So all their interactions were very brief until they got more into this thing. And so the guy was like, yeah, that's whatever Kirk's name was in the show. That's him. That's definitely not a famous person. But they also had, what's his face? James Marsden, as like a famous actor who also got summoned for jury duty and is kept on as like, not an actual juror, but as an alternate. So he has to be a part of everything.
Oh my God, dude.
And so this
How
guy
many episodes
too,
is this?
it's 8 episodes. They're all less than 30 minutes. It's pretty quick, but it's a lot of fun. I would recommend.
What's the guy charged with?
It's just a simple liability case. This guy, Ben Seward, actually. Remember Ben Seward? He's a comedian.
Vaguely, yeah.
So they have him with long, dirty hair, and he like passed out at his workstation and misprinted 3,000 T-shirts. And the woman who owns the factory, like it ruined her life, so she's suing him, and so they're trying to see if he's liable or not.
They should have had sexual assault or something really high stakes. You know, something like where you go like, oh shit.
It's a fun comedy, Steve.
All right. There's more to it though. We can beef it up, I bet. A dramatic version would be great.
Yeah, maybe season 2 will be much more beefed up.
Someone's got to be up for the chair. We got to give this guy the fucking chair. If we don't, you know, let's really make sure. And then we'll see if jury tampering goes on. If this, you know, we'll fuck around. It's a better. I like it though. What is it on Amazon?
Yeah, but they put this guy in a lot of like pretty stressful situations just to see how he would respond, and it's interesting to see how he does.
I'd kill everyone when I found out. I'd be like, do you want to see something fucking crazy? Let's go crazy. Because I mean, like, think about it. Like, if you, yeah, like they didn't follow him home, right? They don't follow him home. It all takes place at this.
I don't mean to spoil anything.
All right,
but no, they're
did they
sequestered.
ruin this guy's life?
They're sequestered for the whole trial.
Did they show him jerking off in his hotel room and stuff like that?
No, it's not like that, because it's just, you know, when we're shooting this documentary for what it's like being a juror, the cameras are there and then the cameras are gone. So
got it.
It's not like a Big Brother situation where there's cameras all the time.
I'll check that out. The jury duty or jury duty?
Jury duty.
Jury, like Paulie's movie.
Not the Paulie movie, but the show.
Oh my God, did I just fall another spot? Jeez. Yep. 339th out of 340th. Dead Second to last place.
What separates you from last place? How many points? Is it achievable?
Hang on. So, would you have, if you were doing instead of
I
these,
have 119.5. He's
Uh-huh.
got 116, or they have 116.
Okay. Okay, you can still get there.
But Steve, would you or would you not have put the same lineup in if you were doing the big GPP for a million?
Yeah, but then I would have just spent
yeah,
$20 once and laughed my ass off that I finished last out of a 400 million.
Well, why are you doing three?
Because
if you only
finishing
wanna do
last
one?
out of 300 people feels way fucking worse, Brenton. I'd much rather finish last. You know how hard it is to finish last out of a million people?
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's not easy.
But you can do it.
But you know how fucking dumb you are to finish last out of 350 people? You're considered the dumbest of the dumb. And there's no one dumber than you.
Yeah.
And that's me. I'm the dumb one.
But just this week.
Yeah, but it's a big week. It's the US Open, dude. Tough week to look dumb.
Yeah.
You look dumb at the fucking Travelers when no one's paying attention. But US Open, all eyes are on me. I was first place in my fucking fantasy league out of 50 guys. Now I'm knocked down to number 2 so far. We'll see how badly I do after this week. Fuck. Other than that, the Yankees are hanging in there, barely, surviving on 3 white minor league outfielders that no one ever thought would ever see the fucking light of day at Yankee Stadium. Jack Bauer from 24 is playing right field for us right now. Whitey McClintock, I think, is playing center field. I don't even know this fucking kid's name. And Kevin McCallister from fucking Home Alone is playing left field for us. Anthony Volpe, who I love this kid. He's, a lot of expectations, but you got to hit over 200. He's got to put like a fucking week together where he gets over 200 just for his own. You can't go into the All-Star game with one of the most at-bats in baseball below 200. It looks bad. Okay? It looks real fucking bad. So he's got to do it. And then, just stay healthy and no one touch sticky stuff. This sticky stuff thing is really a fucking problem. I mean, what is going on? Like, what are they touching? What is it? Why is anyone going near anything sticky? If German or Scherzer gets busted again, it's a 50-game suspension and you can't bring up anyone else. You can't replace that person. So you have to play a player down on your, every night.
Mm-hmm.
So for 50 fucking games. I don't know what I don't know what this stuff is, but I would be like, don't even go near it, or don't touch it, or don't even fuck around with it. Take the rosin bag off the mound. If it's that important to you, then you got to figure out something else to do. Another way to get your hands to be tacky or get a better grip in the ball. Because I don't know what this guy the other day didn't even pitch a pitch and they took him out. They threw him out of the game on the Mets. It's really I don't know. Has it happened to any other team besides the Mets and the Yankees? I think that there's the only 2 teams that have had pitchers that have had sticky shit. What the fuck is going on? Well, it's a humid city, this fucking in New York.
Everything is sticky in New York.
It is. It's hot.
Mm-hmm.
Hot times, summer in the sticky. Summer in the city. Back of my neck getting dirty and gritty. Hot times, dude. Hot people. It's like a fucking mouth outside sometimes till it rains. So I don't know. But I don't really understand it. I don't get it. Why don't we just go by the numbers? Like they know the spin count on every pitch, after they throw it. If your average spin count is X, and this game you're throwing X plus 200, let's go run out there and check your fucking hands. But if it's just X across the board every single time, then that's it. You know what I'm saying? They know what I don't get it. I don't get it. But who am I? Who am I? The baseball commissioner? By the way, did you hear they're playing the fucking Field of Dreams game in Alabama next year? Does this make sense to people?
Why?
What? I thought they built
Yeah.
the stadium
Yeah.
by the movie set for a reason.
Look
Yeah.
this up, Lucas, because I think
I'm
Tracy,
looking.
she told me about this. She said she
Yeah,
saw it on the
Giants
Today Show
Cardinals. She's right.
in Alabama.
Let's see why.
What are they doing? What are they doing? What is this? What are we doing here?
They said because of ongoing construction in Dyersville. So it's just me, hopefully just a one-time thing.
Oh, it's a one-off because they're gonna build it like
Yeah,
proper, and it won't be done in time.
it looks like it, yeah.
All right. Well,
But
don't
still,
get
you would
used to
think they would
this,
plan that
Alabama.
ahead.
Yeah, you would think they would build like just like I don't know. That doesn't make sense. Don't get used to this,
Yeah.
Alabama. Nobody wants to go down there fucking to play baseball. Okay, that's it. I was like, what are they doing? I thought they were making this like a move it around thing. I'm like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
I like it out in the cornfield.
Yep.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, leave it. And that's it. That's all I got. Oh, congratulations to the Denver Nuggets
Nuggets.
on a championship, and Nikola Jokic on being the least excited person to ever win a fucking NBA championship. But also speaking his mind, being like, fuck the parade. And that's why nobody showed up. Did you see their parade? No one showed up to their parade. No one. It was like embarrassing. They took like area. It looked like it was terrible. There were scatters of people here and there, but like nothing. No one was like psyched.
Jokic's wife was hit with a beer can.
But do you
What?
think,
Yeah.
Steve, do you
I would
think
not have
that
done
the
that.
fans didn't come out because of what he said, or do you think they were still in mourning from losing the National Lacrosse Championship to the great city of Buffalo?
Oh, dude, I don't even know what you're talking about. I think they're
The
all just stoned and
NLL.
hanging out or microdosing.
The NLL, the Buffalo Bandits, they came in with a goal in mind, and they dominated Game 3 and took home another championship to the city of Buffalo, city of champions.
What are you talking about, lacrosse?
Talking about lacrosse, Steve, the fastest growing game in North America.
In Canada? How many Mexicans play lacrosse?
Probably a few.
Nah,
It's the
very few.
fastest growing frat house activity in the United States of America, not including
Congratulations.
Alaska and Hawaii, but we won. We won a championship.
How many Buffalo Bandit games have you been to?
I've been to a couple in my life. It's been a very, very long time, but I have gone.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Lacrosse games
Bullshit. Name
in
one.
person, it's actually it's a pretty fun time because they're in their little.
Yeah, dude. I went to Jackson played lacrosse. My oldest played lacrosse. I went to all his games this year. It's fine, but I don't believe you went to any Buffalo Bandit games on purpose, at least.
Not since I was a child, no.
Yeah, you got free tickets, or your family got free tickets, and you went.
It was probably one of those
free.
deals, but it was fun.
Yeah, dude. It's fine. Congratulations, but if we're not celebrating a fucking Bandits lacrosse championship.
Well, they were in Buffalo, and I'm sure the turnout was much better than the Denver Nuggets parade.
Jack Eichel won a fucking championship, and he used to be in Buffalo.
He did, yeah.
Congratulations to
there
the
were
Vegas
so
Golden
many
Knights.
on either side. There were so many former Sabres that we drafted and helped mold into champions for other teams.
Yeah. Yep. Congratulations to the Golden Knights on winning your first NHL Stanley Cup.
Only took them 6 years.
Did they have a parade?
If they haven't, they're probably going to. But that'll be brutal. It's going to be way too fucking hot.
Oh my God. How hot is it in Vegas right now?
Alexa, how hot is it in Vegas right now?
10 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Expect a high of 85 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, that's not bad. 85.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, perfect weather. Perfect
Get
parade
out
weather.
there. Sun's out, guns out. Yeah, that were. I mean, 5-1 in both, or 4-1, 5-game series in both the NBA and NHL. They were sort of runaways. You
Yeah.
kind of had an idea. But domination is fun to watch, and even the Golden Knights 9-2 in the clincher. It's like
9-3.
they look like 9-3.
Give Florida their third, but yeah, they
look
were
like
outmatched
machines out there.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like Russia versus the USA before they got their shit together in the 80s.
But if you want to talk about the biggest win today, I don't know if you saw this, Steve. So do you remember about a year ago when Starbucks arrested those two black gentlemen?
Yeah.
Just for being suspicious, and they hadn't done anything wrong, and they took a huge PR hit. Well, the company decided to fire the manager of that Starbucks, a white woman who was not present at the Starbucks when those gentlemen were arrested. And today in court, she was awarded $25 million because her lawyers were able to prove that she was fired simply because she was a white woman. So Starbucks is taking it on the chin.
Finally, the white woman gets her due.
Yeah.
Just what people have been waiting for. No,
but whoever's making decisions at Starbucks, it's like, okay, you arrested those two guys for just being
Howard
black.
Schultz, the guy that ran for president. This guy was going to he ran for president.
Yeah. Well, he's not doing a good job. He doesn't like black or white people, apparently.
Awesome. I vote for him. That's all I got for today. You guys have anything else you want to add?
You're on mute, Lucas.
I think you're trying to say
John Moran is suspended 25 games.
Wait, already they announced it?
Yeah.
I was going to say,
good. Who knows? If he screws up, before that, maybe he gets the whole year. We'll see.
I didn't know he was like this, John Morant. I thought he was a hardworking kid that kept his nose down and
it's too bad. He's so talented.
Yeah, fuck him. It's like between him and the health concerns that Zion Williamson's had of trying to keep his body in shape. Like that class is supposed to be fucking nuclear electric, and they can't stay. They can't stay on the court. Zion can't. Ja does, but when he's not waving a fucking gun around.
Well, and then Zion has the baby mama drama too. Just Google his name.
I didn't know that.
See what comes up.
Oh, Jesus.
Been an eventful week for Zion.
I didn't know that too. Damn, Gina. Him and Conor McGregor. What is going on here? First, I saw he's at the NBA Finals. He punched the fucking mascot, right? The mascot goes to fucking he punches the mascot. The mascot goes to the hospital. He's on Regis or Kelly and Mark on Monday announcing he's having a baby. Tuesday, he's getting sued for sexual battery. Today, there's a video that comes out of him like shoving the girl into a fucking bathroom. This is not good.
None of this was in that Netflix documentary.
I know. So this is a problem. I don't think this fight's going to happen when it's supposed to in like a month and a half or 2 months. August, I think it's supposed to go. I would be very surprised if this thing goes down on schedule, but we'll see. So yeah, that's I mean, what a wild week for Conor McGregor. Thinking of like he punched a mascot. What an idiot! He went to the hospital. Oh my God! Wait a second, and then it's terrible. This is nuts. That's why I don't go out. That's why I don't party. That's why I stay home and drive people to fucking their parties and tell them, to not make bad decisions while they're there. That's what I'm doing. Live your life. I will be at home. And that's it. That's all I got.
It's a great motivational, uplifting way to end this podcast. Guys, just sit at home.
That's it, guys.
Don't do anything ever.
Just be careful.
Mhm.
Don't be stupid. Treat people fairly and respectfully, and don't push the boundaries. Okay? Don't try the double ups. Don't
The double ups
Don't
are
do stuff
being
like
safe.
well, don't
I
do
can't
stuff.
help it if you picked a shit lineup, but don't shit on the process of doubling your money.
Fuck you, Brenton. Don't tell me what to do on my own
You have a
podcast.
50% chance of winning double your money and you blew it.
I
That's
have
not my fault.
a 0%
you
chance
have
of winning
a
now.
1 billionth% chance of winning $1 million
I'm checking
versus a
before we get off.
50% chance.
Hold on. Here we go. My entry. Oh, still 339 out of 340. Let's see where I am in the other one. 43 out of 44. Oh, I could be dead last in this one. Yes! Dead fucking last. 1,370 out of 1,370. 0.0. Let me tell you who this electric fucking lineup is. Brooks Koepka, thanks for not showing up this weekend. Max Homa, +1. You'll probably make the cut. Tommy Fleetwood, you're +2. Okay. Adam Scott, try to get your shit together. Okay. You're +4 through 9. You got to shave 2 fucking strokes off to make the weekend. Mito Pereira, you're fucking gonzo unless the cut moves to +3. And Cam Davis, you're fucking done too, +11. Fuck this lineup.
Jesus.
Fuck Cam Davis. Fuck DraftKings.
It's a great ad for
That's the
FanDuel.
podcast for this week, guys. Love you guys, and we'll talk to you guys real soon.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Thank you very much for joining me. How you been? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Steve Renazizi. I'm the guy